right, we're back on. Okay,
So on page 2 where it says orientation,
orientation.
there's 5 items. What do you want as the minimum as a board? What would you prefer?
No later than the first regular month. School director's term on the board. I think that when we started, it was 1, 2, and 4. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think we also, you think you guys get the budget too?
We might have gotten the budgets as well. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was probably, on my first day, it was probably just all Greek to me, so.
Yeah, I'm not sure that you got an audit report, but yeah, I think you got it.
Yeah, but the rest of it, and we might have gotten the previous year's audit report because the current year, the most recent previous year wasn't ready yet. That sound about right? So, do you have a reason why it's important to have the principles for governance and leadership handed over to brand new board members?
Not in particular.
Yeah, so 1 through 4?
1 through 4 works for me, yes.
Because that's what we had before. That's what I understand.
And this is a minimum, like we can add stuff, and I can tell you, Dr. Cooper's put together a pretty extensive thing for the review.
Yeah, I was at some news board school director onboarding training a couple weeks ago. I put in my update, and
Yeah.
they gave us a handbook and some recommendations of some items to include without overwhelming the
Right.
board members, and to use as like a playbook section.
I mean, we got a thing 3-inch thick when we started. Now, my understanding is that the new policy by the state
The Act
is
55.
is that they will have to go to a training within the first like by the end of the first full calendar year that they're on the board. Is that correct? Or is it 5 months?
5 hours worth of training that they have to do. Members who are coming on for another term is 3 hours. is
Okay.
What the requirement is. There's online training, and there's also face-to-face trainings that are available throughout the state. The IU's actually running one on December 11th.
And that's good for us. And but the reason I say that is that principles of governance and leadership, some basic ones, maybe not specific to our district, will probably be covered in that. And then if those documents are available in your shared folder and stuff like that, I don't think it needs to be handed the first day. I think it's already overwhelming enough. So.
All right, we get everything.
Yeah, those are the ones that we wanted to include.
We're not going to worry about number 5? Okay. Did you start that over again? Okay.
I just paused it and started it again.
Fine.
Good.
Okay.
All right.
Rob, that's probably it for...
We still got more to do here. Under in-service educational opportunities
Oh.
required training programs,
Sure.
there's an area there that we should check off the list.
School committee,
Should be kept about boards continuing in-service education training, et cetera, that's kind of generic language. I would check that off when there's any issues first.
So you're thinking we
I
don't?
put that-
You'll leave it in?
Yeah, 'cause we tweet all of our reports now.
I mean,
Do
I
they
guess
need
it does. I mean, if we go to out-service training, we will that cost will come out of the board budget, and if we're spending money, people should probably know why, right? And that it's required, that it's furthering the school's mission, all that stuff. So I guess, yeah, but nothing more than that seems sufficient.
If you turn the page, there are 4 different options here for this. Activities as a basis for this plan program, in-service education and training.
Can you read?
We have to choose as many or as little as we want, A, B, C, and D there.
I think B and D. Is that reasonable?
I think so.
That's what we already do, right? When something's available, it's either Dr. Cooper or you, like, send us all an email and say, hey, this is available.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
is-
I don't know that we share that very well. I mean,
But that's the goal,
That's the
and,
goal.
and to be honest, I'm sure you don't hand over all of it to us, but, I know you don't want to bombard us with stuff that maybe isn't, good use of our time. I don't really want to know what's being offered out in Pittsburgh, and that, and I don't think there's any reason why if one of us went to a conference that we wouldn't share the info when we got back. Not like an official training, but just show everybody what it was. B and D, unless you have an issue with that.
All right, then we go down to expenses. Rob, go down to expenses.
down to expenses.
Funds for school recreation.
Our current practices, we budget a little bit for you guys.
So we do have a continuing training budget. There's a line item of some that it's kind of included in something.
It's included in our budget.
Yeah, it's included in the board's budget, and that
Isn't,
I think that both of those are fine, right?
Yeah, I think it's good practice to have you approved.
Yeah.
So, you guys would never do this, like someone doesn't go to California.
Right,
it's
right.
very,
so go with both?
I would go for that one, if you guys would.
Yep.
Okay, then we have one more thing here. On the next page is about reimbursement.
Yeah, reimbursement.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty straightforward, right?
Yep. And you guys want to move that over to first reading?
Yep. You okay with that?
Yep.
So right first reading at the top, so
Oh.
Right next to it?
I put it at the top
No.
on the policy itself.
Where it says new business and then it says,
You can do that, or you can write on, you have a hard copy of the policy when you're updating it. I would put first reading next to that.
oh, excuse me, yep. It does tell me how long I've been missing. Yep,
It's all good.
okay.
Next one is homebound instruction.
Okay.
All right, I'll briefly give you a synopsis of what homebound instruction is. Periodically, we have kids who have extended illness, and we're required to provide instruction, limited instruction at home for these students. We have numerous cases throughout the year. That's basically what this policy addresses. We're required by code to do it. The one thing I will point out, just so you guys are aware, there are occasions where a child is hospitalized in a hospital that is significant distance from Daniel Boone. It's very timely. Like, we have to be able to authorize, these hospitals deal with kids regularly. For example, I'll give you an example. Maybe DuPont down in Delaware, if a kid's hospitalized down there for 2 weeks, as an example, they have tutors on site. So obviously Daniel Boone can't send a tutor. We send our teachers when they're at home to do it, but we can't send a tutor all the way to DuPont. So what we do is the superintendent or designated, which is me, has to have the authority to contract with that tutor to say, we'll pay that tutor the rate of, it's like $40 an hour or whatever, sometimes it's 50, depends what it is, to provide that service for the school district for while the child's down there. So that's basically what homebound is. Homebound is required by law in the code. We'll see.
And it doesn't look like you have any changes from
Well,
before?
the change, the part we put in here for clarification purposes.
Oh, you included the
Yeah,
reg
board-
sites?
The board of directors recognizes on occasion so that, because this happens about 3 or 4 times a year when we have a child, like say DuPont or a child, Cleveland Clinic, we've had kids, out for like serious conditions. out
Wow.
there. We have to be able to move, like we can't send our people to those places. It doesn't make any sense. And
Right.
So what we have to do is we have to contract with them to provide the 5 hours of instruction that we're required to write them.
Okay,
That's basically what that's saying right there.
okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So this lines up with common practice. Yeah, this was nothing radical or anything there.
First reading?
First, you guys are good first reading on that?
Yep.
Rob, you said you're going to talk about the next 3?
Yeah. Okay. Act 16, okay, of 2019 changed attendance laws. So the reason why I put these 3 policies in front of you is because of those changes in laws. We're ahead of it, and that we have our policies in line for it. Some are very small changes, and some are larger changes. Let's see, which one we're going to do first? 204 first. So let's go to 204, I guess is the one that's on there first.
Oh, no. Oh, okay.
204?
Attendance. I think I had that in the middle. No. Yeah, there it is. Sorry, excuse me.
That's okay. Okay.
Okay, I'll kind of go through this if you want, and to kind of give you like what our practice is or is going to be. So if you get down to the first page where it says delegation of responsibility, this deals with attendance. It will be local district judges. Will be the one that we do in Danny Wu.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's where we go for truancy types of things, guys. I wouldn't check the bottom one.
Okay.
That gets too bureaucratic.
Okay.
It's all in our handbooks, but
Yeah, but it's not
Yeah.
like, it's not individually affirmed for that one requirement.
On the second page, it says the superintendent or designee in coordination. We don't have a homeschool visitor. We don't have an attendance officer. It's building principal.
Building principal.
So that, I would check that, Bucky, on the second page.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is, and as you go through it, number 5, I would check.
Oh,
If someone's legally out, we do this already. They have a chance to make up work.
okay.
I turn the page. We'll be on the third page now.
Mm-hmm.
Number 10, I think we should check.
So no on number 9?
Oh, I know. I'm missing. I would check that. Check 9 also, please. I would check 10. You guys
Okay.
okay with that?
Yep.
I would check 11.
You said yes?
Or 11 and
Okay, sorry. God, I was an angry Jay.
that's our current practice anyway, so.
Do we normally say yes to number C, letter C under 11? Or just A and B?
Just A and B, that's our current practice.
Okay. And 12 is a yes, we do that?
Absolutely, yep.
13?
You're actually required to.
Yeah, I can see the sites, yeah.
I don't know why they put a checkbox in there. It's
And
required.
do we allow for the limitation of, at the ones at the bottom?
Yes.
We already do that, right?
Yeah, like if someone's over.
Abusing the policy, I get it.
abuse. The question is, like, for colleges, do we really want to limit?
It's one of those things, it doesn't say what a limit is.
I think it's, we're kind of almost over-regulating a little bit there, because I think people use judgments like.
I agree, yeah. I mean, is it what we've had before, is having that in?
We didn't have anything in writing like that, but I
Oh.
mean, like, people, if someone takes advantage of this, like.
Well,
ridiculous.
it says may, right?
Yeah, it's generic language, yeah. It's pretty, we don't have to.
Yeah, and it doesn't say when it would happen and how many is too many.
So should we check both of those? What do you think?
I think so. My kid wants to do all of her college visits on weekends because she's afraid to miss class. So,
Okay, turn the page where it says parental notice of absence.
yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you some things in practice that happen. And we can choose the number we want here. Absences are generally considered unexcused until we receive the note from the parent itself. In practice, how many days do we want to do that? I guess, do we want to do 3, 5? Or do we also want to give people, I mean, usually what happens is kids forgetting in the backpack, then the parents write the notes, they forget it in the backpack, and then you find the kid goes home, and the parent finds all these notes that they've been sending in, the kid, had them in their locker. And that's what you tend to see in a lot of these cases there.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? I mean, you guys are from a parent perspective either before.
Well, what is it now? Is it 3 days?
Technically, yes.
Yeah, but I mean, and I've had that situation where I've gotten a letter home that says, "Hey, you have like two unexcused absences," but they allow me to send it in late, and then it's excused. I mean, and so sometimes it's because I just forget. Sometimes, like you said, because I sent it in with a kid and they forgot.
I always forgot.
And I forget a lot,
I
you
always
know.
forget.
And so
all the time.
I mean, I would give the principal some judgment on this. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, we can put 3 or 5, it doesn't matter, but the principal should have some discretion to excuse, like.
yeah, I mean, and that's what they've done. I mean,
That's
because
what
if we
it's
said if it's in the
Then it has to be followed to a T, no matter what the extenuating
Correct.
circumstances are.
right,
Correct. So
And
let's
I-
put some verbiage in there so people can use good judgment, I think. Is that what I hear everyone say?
Yeah.
yeah,
'Cause, I mean, the kid's sick. The goal is to catch truant kids. It's not to catch
Right.
kids who are
Exactly.
sick.
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah.
You're saying let the principal have some guidance on this, or
Yeah, he's
Judgment?
thinking about like putting in a little bit of a
common sense?
using your best judgment kind of situation.
So what do you say, 5, and then, so we put some verbiage, the principal has the discretion to, something like, the principal has discretion
To accept
or to excuse?
written excuses after 5 days.
yeah,
Does that make sense?
something like that. You just put some verbiage down like that in there.
After 5 days. Can't spell principal. Principal has after 5 days. I don't know. Yeah. We could smooth that one out. Oh, so the maximum number of cumulative lawful absences verified by parent notification. What is it currently?
I would do 10. Our policy's a little bit outdated right now, anyhow, but I would do 10 is what we're looking for.
10?
Yeah.
To be out 10 days well, in a row. Better be at
Okay,
the hospital.
does cumulative days shall require an excuse from a licensed practitioner of the healing arts?
Healing art?
Licensed health professional? Can we do
How
that?
about that?
Okay.
You change the wording on that?
Yeah. I mean, I think that the intent was to include, physician's assistant and, our RNs where it's appropriate. It's, I think that was the intent, to not have it just be a doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In practice, like on that, what we do, and I don't know if we want to somebody or not, it's up to you guys. In practice, like if we get a doctor, if the kid has a chronic illness that causes frequent absence, if the doctor, we don't make a doctor write a note every single time that the kid's, if we know there's a chronic condition, now the parent would have to write a note beyond 10, but we don't make a parent go to a doctor every single time. And let's say a kid that has cancer or something like that, and we have a physician to indicate that we don't make them go to the doctor every single time, they're absent.
You understand they have cancer.
Writing, then we go through that. In practice, that's how we
And that kind of thing is something that is, as soon as it becomes an issue for the child, whether it's something that's already known first day of school or it's something that's diagnosed like sometime during the year, that parent would come to the principal or the nurse and kind of talk it out.
absolutely.
Right. And they would be aware of whatever their requirements are, right?
And the goal of any, like I said, the truancy policy is not like gotcha with people. It's just to make sure kids, if they're missing school, it's for legitimate reasons, not just not coming to school.
Yeah, like I guess when my kid had his wisdom teeth taken out, he was out of school for 3 days. And so the dentist wrote a note, and so my licensed practitioner of the healing arts.
All right, I think that's it for that one. What about that first reading?
Which one do you want to go to now?
Okay, let's do 201.
Admission of students?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we're looking for there is, as I stated earlier, the law is changing. So it's the entry age for beginners is 6 years by 2020-21 in accordance with state law and regulations. And Mike's there.
Okay, hold on. Entry age for beginners as 6 years by 2021.
Yes.
2021.
Ready for next year.
Do I have to put in -22 school year, or just 2021 is good
I
enough?
put 2020-2021.
I did it wrong. 2020, 2021.
Oh, you covered it up. What?
Say anything. Yeah.
Under kindergarten, I would put 6 years by September 1st.
No, 5 years. Right?
6.
What, 6 years by kindergarten?
That's saying establishing district's entry age for kindergarten as 6 years by September 1st.
I thought kindergarten was 5 years.
Current regs
For what?
is 6.
Entry?
5. 5.
I gotta read this.
Okay. It's at the bottom of the page, 5 years and 6 months. Minimum age for kindergarten, or minimum and maximum.
No,
Let me look at,
they modify that.
guys, let me go back.
To
I wanna
6?
pull- If you don't mind, can I pull this one, guys, and bring this back next to me? I want to
Yeah.
pull our policy. That's-
What would you like me to put up here? Just
Put old business for next meeting.
Okay.
write that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That way we'll circle back on this one for next thing.
Okay. Sorry.
No, that's. Okay, policy 208, withdrawal from school.
Okay.
Under guidelines, if a student withdraws from school, I think all three of these should be there. It's actually our current practice. If someone does drop out of school, counseling services are made. Information of GEDs is given to the students.
And so we just don't have this as a policy right now, but
Yes.
this is what we do anyway.
Yeah, this is just codifying.
It's good. All three of them.
Check them all.
Yep.
You guys okay with moving down forward?
I am.
First reading?
Yep. Okay, for health screenings, which is policy 209. My recommendation here, I cross out tuberculosis tests. We don't currently do them.
Okay.
in- Let's see, what is this?
Where is that? I don't even
I'm
see
sorry,
it.
It is under guidelines, 1, 2, 3, 4th paragraph.
Vision, hearing,
Yes.
tuberculosis gets crossed out. Okay.
And the reason why, and the exact year escapes me, back in like 1998, there was, school districts could petition the states not to do the TB test. It's basically the code's old. It's the Department of Health.
But there was a resurgence
Yeah.
at that time, and so you left it in.
And so basically we need to cross that test off as the bottom line. 'Cause
Okay. Yeah, I remember TB was making a comeback in the aughts.
Everything else in this policy is in good shape.
It's good to go?
It also gives us, like, I'll give you an example. We do like scoliosis tests. It does give us like other tests as deemed available. We do that one also. That would be the other one. Most school districts do that test.
Right.
That's recommended by the Department of Health. But that's kind of it. But if you cross off TB, we're in good shape.
First reading?
First reading.
Welcome to the 21st century. That it? Oh no, that's a big one.
Oh,
Food services. Almost
Hooray!
services.
Okay.
This just has to do with titles here. Delegation of responsibility. We need to write in Director of Facilities and Contracted Services. that's the person who will be responsible. You see where that's at, Bucky?
That's the new title for facilities director. Okay.
I think we need to cross out, guys,
What-
cafeteria shall be operated on a non-profit basis. Well, we have a company in there doing it. We've outsourced, so that verbiage needs to be changed and crossed out. Right below that, you see where it says cafeteria?
So you want to just start that
Strike.
paragraph as periodic review of the cafeteria accounts?
I would just, the first sentence, cafeteria shall be operated on a non-profit.
Yeah, no, I know, but so periodic review is going to stay,
Yeah, you can leave that, that's fine.
and that would be by the business manager?
I'd say business manager and I believe our auditor.
The
also.
auditor reviews
Yeah.
it too? Do you want to,
Yes.
I mean, we can check it if you want to
Check it.
double
I
check that that is
checked.
correct?
I'll double check, but I haven't checked. myself.
Okay. Okay. Next page.
Okay, this was, what I recommend here is, we have an AG, an admin guideline for this. Do you see, this has to do with the meal shaming thing, the laws surrounding that. Where it says school meal service and accounts.
Yes.
Okay, I recommend striking all of that, and hear me out, as I say, the superintendent or designee shall develop an administrative guideline for this, and we have an admin guideline for, that's consistent with the code that was developed dealing with the school shaming law when it came in. Rather than using all their verbiage here, we have an AG that outlines exactly what we do.
So the whole of school meal service and accounts,
Yeah, I
like
would-
on to the next page,
I
we're
would-
going to strike that for,
I'd strike all that stuff out
up until
I need collection.
collection of unpaid meal charge
I
even?
would get rid of that too, because it also,
Yep.
remember we had a collection agency on that back end of this?
Yep.
It's all addressed in our AG that we created when we,
Okay,
went out to
AG, what? Attorney General? Or Auditor
Guidelines.
General? Guidelines, provided,
Supersede
and supersede.
whatever the district has in place. It doesn't
Um,
matter. It's
yeah,
regardless.
yep, supersede, these, guidelines. And I guess that's better because then we don't have to rewrite it if that changes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Now, if you guys want, I can get you a copy of that.
That's fine. Well, I know in finance, we've talked about how it all works pretty much in detail. I know that we haven't talked about it in detail with everybody, but I know, so, yeah.
The AG is like about 2 pages, so it's extensive, and it's fine like that, it works in practice.
Okay.
All right, and that is what I have for you guys. We have,
What about,
oh, we got one more. I'm sorry.
yeah, the one that Mike requested?
Yeah, we have, I put forth this, Mike brought this up. Look at that.
I think that his recommendation was that the Blazer organization be added specifically under booster support organization.
That's policy 915.
Yeah.
And I
So-
guess, you
so
see where it
the-
says booster support organization?
Yeah.
Educational foundation. you can simply
So
adopt.
just go ahead and include educational foundation in
Right here?
there. Yeah.
Include?
Yeah. And so you're just including them in the definition and then everything that is required of those organizations. It's basically is to present the audit and budgets to be approved every school year. You know, that was the main thing that all the other groups were providing and they were not. Is that right?
Yes.
And the thing is that those are public documents for them, so it's just, we weren't voting on them.
Is that all we need to change on that?
That's all, that's,
Do you want first reading on that also?
put that on first reading.
Okay. Here.
No, I got that.
We're done? We're done with policy review committee meeting, September 23rd, 2019 at 6 p.m.